Welcome back to Blood Omen 2. We are now in the Seraphim Keep. And joining me is...
It's me, it's Zain. It's the same person that you've seen in every episode.
almost every episode.
All the ones that matter, which are the ones that I'm in. And
That is true.
They always matter.
Yeah, and we recently got the new power, the new dark gift. It's called Charm, and as you can see, it does not work in combat situations. It's only for puzzles. And what the hell? Why?
Rip out his heart. Oh yeah, I called it.
Yep.
Called it.
Last time you called it that I would fuck it up. Now you called me ripping out his heart. You are...
I'm a genius.
Capable of foreseeing things.
Yes. Yes, I am. Use the dark gift to dark gift your dark gifts, bro.
Indeed. Well, that's how all tutorials work. Like, it starts with the legendary press jump to jump.
Okay, I've always hated that mask, because that mask looks like it's just like his tongue is out there and everything. Or like, it's like look, like he has his tongue sticking out. It's like, stop doing that.
Okay, now here's what happens when you just get too far from Kain. You have to be in range. At least I could do this.
Oh yeah. Worth. Hashtag worth.
Not really.
Yeah, no. Never is.
I'm at it again.
You're trying so hard. Well, we see this in the next AGDQ 2016. You're trying your best to speedrun tactics, and I appreciate that.
There will be no speedrun. There is no speedrunning this. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't care enough to try.
Charm him.
It's impossible. They are soldiers. The charm does not work with them. Destroyed.
He said they didn't work in combat situations, and you were already in combat, so you never know. Actually, I just don't remember. Don't kill him, because you need him.
For what?
I don't know. There's water. There's water leaking out of the pipes.
Yeah, I fixed that not by charming people, but by turning wheels. Because that's how you fix everything. The wheels here are the equivalent of duct tape in our world.
Makes perfect sense if you think about it. Ooh, another one of this.
Yeah, and this place.
Another one of those doors where everything's locked.
Yeah, this place is guilty of having a lot of these dead ends that serve no purpose at all.
You should have blocked that one.
I did! I just wasn't fast enough.
That's okay. It's kind of like Pokken Tournament in that way. Where like sometimes your blocks don't come off, or sometimes the counter ability doesn't really counter the melee attacks. Let me tell you. Love that game, but goddamn, it's pissing me off. Like sometimes grabs don't work the way they're supposed to, or counters don't work the way they're supposed to. And it's hard to figure out which one is which.
Hey, it's better than actual Pokemon, especially trying to play it competitively, where, you know, an attack has an 80% chance to hit, and it will not connect precisely when you need it the most.
Sounds about right.
This is a fun little puzzle, because this one is quite misleading, in a good way. This is a nice puzzle. because you see this green thing, this green glyph thing. It's normally employed in glyph puzzles.
It's a bomb
But this
puzzle.
is not a glyph. Yeah, exactly. It's not a glyph puzzle. And I'm not sure, because I recorded this ages ago, so I don't remember if it's me just trying to figure it out or me showcasing that this is not a glyph puzzle. But yeah, I completely lost my train of thought there.
That's all good.
Well, I don't have a lot of it in the first place. So.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh snap. Kain, explosives engineer. I've always wanted to be an explosives engineer. Just because, as far as I know, you don't really have a degree in explosives. You just kind of do it enough, and people think you're an expert.
Well, I don't know how it works in the US military, but I think they teach you that in Russia specifically. I think, although I'm not certain.
Well, let's put it this way. You know, bomb experts and things like that. You know what they do? All they do is they evacuate the near vicinity, and then they blow it up with their own explosives.
Is that a bad thing?
No, but you know, you'd think, you know, like the whole red wire, green wire thing. That shit's bullshit. They just go and explode.
Yeah.
They just blow it up themselves.
Yeah.
That's hardly an expert. That's just blowing shit up just because you can blow shit up.
Well, blowing shit up is always the answer.
Well, it is, but I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, don't put on airs here and say that you're an expert, because clearly you're not. You're just a dude with explosives. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure what your argument here is, because there's nothing wrong with that.
And half the time, all they do is they send in a robot to die. Which, I mean, of course, because, you know, robots. But still, like, you look at that and you're like, where's the technician part of this all?
Yeah, by the way, what are the rogues, the bandits doing here? I don't understand.
Well, because you gotta have bandits everywhere, right?
Yes, even in the Seraphin Keep. And now we are about to encounter the most complex puzzle of all.
Ooh, is it pull a switch to pull a switch?
Indeed.
Oh my god, those are so hard.
It will be one of those things that I just want to shove into the face of all Blood Omen 2 apologists out there. But not before jumping around these makeshift beddings, I guess. Okay, so here's the switch. There is the door. And now we wait.
Oh, snap. This is the best part. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait
oh my
for
god.
it.
Oh my god. Here it comes. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great. Come on. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Why is it so long and slow? Why?
The world may never know.
Remember how I told you about that glass of whiskey an hour ago?
Is it gone?
No, it's still here.
Oh, you haven't even started drinking it.
No, I have. There's maybe a quarter of it left.
Oh
here.
wow.
Well, not a quarter of the glass, a quarter of what I put in there.
Well, I don't know. I thought you could be you know, the whiskey. Who knows about that Russian whiskey? It could be strong enough to melt the glass.
It's not Russian whiskey. There's no such thing as Russian whiskey.
I'm sure there is.
No. I know of one distillery that tried, but then the economy went to shit and they went to shit as well. Because you don't just set up production immediately, it takes a few years.
You have to have some semblance of a surplus or something like that.
Yeah, and Russian distilleries, they do vodka, brandy, and pretty much that's it.
Isn't brandy a type of whiskey, or is that Scotch?
No, bourbon is a type of whiskey. Brandy is a separate drink.
Okay. I always get that confused.
Who can blame you? It's not a big deal. It's not the most important knowledge in the world. In the world.
They all taste the same anyway.
Well, if you're drinking them neat without training, then sure they do.
Well, I shouldn't have to have training to enjoy a beer or whatever, you know.
We're locking the main stairs.
You know, like you know, when someone's like, this vodka, I'm like, this vodka, this thing like burns me every second that I have it in my mouth and goes down through my throat into my stomach. Oh, this makes it so much better than the vodka that doesn't burn me constantly.
The vodka that doesn't burn you constantly is the vodka that you mix with Red Bull or orange juice or Coke or whatever the hell the kids these days mix it with. Whiskey, you don't mix it with anything. You are either capable of drinking it neat, or if you're not, you distill it with some water. Which is what I do, because I drink very, very rarely.
See, my German blood allows me to pretty much drink as much as I want. I still get a hangover, but I don't really get drunk, so there's that.
Everybody gets drunk if they drink enough.
Oh, okay, there was this one time at a Lords of Acid concert. You know, this was when Red Bull and vodka was a new thing.
Wait, there was a time when it was a new thing?
Yes, it was a new thing way back. Back in like 2000. God, when was it? 2008-ish.
No way.
Yes, way.
I can remember people drinking it as early as 2005.
Well, it was still relatively new. Anyway.
Okay, and continue.
So I went to the Lords of Acid concert, waiting for the main attraction. Though there was Thrill Kill Kult, which they were pretty good, but there was this one band, and I really didn't like them, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'll just go do, I'll do a drink, and I'm like, okay, what do you got? And they're like, Red Bull and vodka, so I was like, okay, sure, whatevers. 8 drinks later, 8 Red Bulls and vodkas, and they're not like little shots, they're like big cups. I eventually, when I was watching the concert, I looked down, to rub my eyes, and I looked back up, and I noticed, oh dear God, not only is everything blurry with my glasses on, I'm seeing quadruple of everything.
Wait, and you were still standing?
Yeah. Oh, I had the presence of mind to call everyone to pick me up. Yeah, I could stand and I had reason and everything, but that was the most intoxicated I've ever been, and for like a good couple of years I completely absconded from alcohol because I got alcohol poisoning that day.
Yeah, I never actually got drunk to the point where I got alcohol poisoning. The worst I got, I had trouble standing, and I was I had nausea, but... Or is it nausea?
Nausea is...
Nausea.
They're both the same thing.
Okay, so I had nausea, and yeah, and I went to sleep, and I felt like shit that day and the next day, and I was terribly hungover, but it wasn't really poisoning, and that's when I absconded from drinking for a long time as well, but not because I felt like crap, but because I realized that I just lost control, and I got lucky that I didn't drink anymore.
Oh yeah, no, I've never been able to drink enough. Like I mean, like again, I got alcohol poisoning, and I was still able to reason and realize I'm not going to be able to drive. I need to call people to get me back home, and they were like an hour away.
For me, it's simple. If I drive, I just don't drink. It's simple as that. Not even a beer, because fuck that. Russian driving is already dangerous enough as it is.
I've seen the videos. It's very scary.
They're not exaggerated. I've been driving for 3 years, and the fact that I managed to not ever get crashed is not just me driving slowly as a grandma, but also a lot of dumb luck.
It looks like it. I've seen people just kind of plow through others. I saw somebody just like straight up just pull a gun on a random car and start shooting at it. I was like, wow, I am never going to Russia.
Yeah, don't. There are interesting things there, but it's ultimately not worth it. Besides, nobody is going to give you a visa anyway unless you pay for it beforehand. To either a tourist agency, or if you have someone in Russia to actually to issue an invitation.
Oh wow, you have to be invited to be going to Russia?
Well, depending on the type of visa that you're trying to get, it's either a personal visa or a tourist visa. If you are trying to get a personal visa, meaning that for a personal visit, meaning you're visiting someone, you need that someone, a friend or a family member or what else, to issue an invitation through the migration agency.
Wow.
Alternatively, if you are going there to do sightseeing, to do tourist things, then you need to contact a tourist agency first. You have to pay them for them to register you and to sign a contract with them stating that you will pay them and they will provide these tourist services, whatever it is, to you, and then you will provide that contract or a copy of it to the immigration agency when you will be applying for a visa. Yeah. Trust me, getting a US visa for a Russian is not much easier.
I don't imagine it would be. Also, I noticed that guy, the prisoner, had the same voice thing from Blood Omen 1.
Yeah. I have no idea what, by the way, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Like, you saw it with the letter.
Yeah, I thought you were doing something. I was like, are you like...
No.
You know, like this game's combat is so super simple. It's like you are at no point ever at risk of dying.
You're not. At all. There will be one point in the game where you will be at some risk, but it will not be due to difficulty of combat. It will be due to bullshit, barely dodgeable ranged attacks flying at you.
Yeah, I think I remember that part.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you could jump.
We have Yeah, I can. I think. Yeah. We have exhausted all our topics. Good thing that this video is almost over. God, this game is... it's boring. It's boring to play. It's boring to watch.
There's a lot wrong with this game.
Yeah, it should have been... Yeah, ladder.
I was about to say, because you solved the puzzle, do you not need the use of the ladder anymore?
No, I have not solved it yet. I still need to do this and turn off the shield.
There you go.
Skill!
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
what are you doing now?
I don't know.
Just to show that the
I'm just
other
taking
thing was...
Yeah.
was shielded.
And this is it.
Good.
Thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Good. Glad that was over with.